So you want to become an entrepreneur, eh? My name is Paul and I'm with the Business Club, and this is part two, step number two of So You Want to Become an Entrepreneur, helping step-by-step process from creating your $1 million business. So in my first video, we talked a bit about the importance of the know, like, and trust factor, and as well as your YFM, tuning to what's in it for me from your prospect. We also talked about goal planning, creating your vision, your mission statement, and understanding your ideal client, so your target market. The more specific you can get into identifying who your target market is, the better, because if you can specifically target whether it be women aged 25 to 45, or seniors age 55 to 75, who make making income between 50 and 100,000, or whatever it may be. The more specific, the better, because that will allow you to streamline your market plan to that. You may not know exactly who. Maybe you want to kind of experiment your first year, try a few different profitable sources, and then maybe after your first or second year, get a better idea of your ideal target market. That's fine, but you definitely, the more specific you can be, the better. So after you've created your business plan and you know who your target market is, the next step is doing your 1 minute presentation. So this is going to be what is the ultimately your defining what your business is all about. So you want to be very clear, use your vision and your mission statement and your ideal client to help with this. So the great example, of course, is The Wolf on Wall Street, when Jordan Belfort goes, sell me this pen. And the most likely thing people say, oh, it's beautiful features, it's this beautiful color, has a little clip, it can hang on my note, my folder. It has a stylus too. It can use on my smartphone or my iPad. Well, the thing is, what the most common mistake that people make is they focus on the features of a product. Most common sales mistake, when what the guy who does it finally gets it correct is his buddy says, well, write your name on this napkin, and then Leonardo DiCaprio playing Jordan Belfort replies, well, I don't have anything to write with. Well, supply versus demand, right? So that's the benefit of the product or service. So it's so important to focus on, you can talk all till people are blue in the face about your product or service, but if there's nothing in it for them, the what's in it for me, what's in it for them factor, then they're not going to buy your product or service. So you got to focus on, you got to put yourself in the shoes of your prospective client or your customer. Understand, what's their motivation, what are their interests, what's going to motivate them to want to buy your product or service. As soon as you can do that, that's what we're going to use to put together our 1 minute presentation. This is the idea of what, you're in the elevator with someone for a short period of time, or you're in the line at Starbucks to, for 5 minutes, and someone, you meet your ideal client right in front of you. So you have a short period of time to give your sales pitch. You want to be, clear, concise. I hear so many times, with my business club for 2 years, people just, they go through their introduction. I still don't understand what it is, their product or their service is, or they'll veer off in different directions, and I'm still not clear. They'll talk about, well, we donate this to charity, and that, well, I still don't understand. Are you a charitable organization, or are you a business? So you want to be crystal clear about what your product or service is, focusing on what the benefit is. So you have your target market in mind. You're going to focus on that too. So for example, in the financial services, what the most likely thing is, hey, my name is Paul, I'm a financial advisor with XYZ Financial. I help people with their investment and their retirement plans to help them achieve greater wealth in retirement. And I do, I use retirement and estate plans as well. So Paul, XYZ Financial. And so, but the thing is, you want to start off with, first of all, here's how I would do it. I say, you know how business owners, they have difficulty, there's so much going on, they have difficulty managing their, they may not put as much time into their own financial matters. What I do is I help business owners streamline their financial affairs and give them a clear picture of what that's going to look like for their future and their family. And I do that by creating a written financial plan that gives you a clear idea of what that is going to look like. And I'm going to help you, by doing that, I can help you save money on taxes and help you achieve that freedom and flexibility to achieve financial freedom in retirement. So, my name's Paul, XYZ Financial, and then you have your little tagline at the end. So that's really what you want to do is, focus on what the benefit is of your product or service to your prospective client. Okay, so you want to practice that 1 minute, like write it down, practice it. That's what I do with my clients that I do coaching with is we practice on, we do a little bit of role play, get that crystal clear, because you want to be ready to go when you meet that ideal, your ideal client, or you get on the phone call with your ideal client or customer. You want to be crystal clear on how you do that. JT is great too on I've seen some examples on how he does his sales pitches, and it's really focused on on the person you're speaking to, right? You want to really create it to be. So I have I call it 5 C's of building those relationships. Okay, so first one is common ground. So you want to be able to establish rapport with your prospective client. You want to have a conversation that is mindful. All right, so you want to incorporate some things like imitation, right? If your person's like, yeah, hey man, how's it going? Like you want to reach that. But if they're soft spoken, you want to also or imitate that. If they dress if your prospective client is in a suit, then you want to dress up. If they're in the high tech sector, more casual, so you want to try to use a little bit of imitation to, in your conversations with your prospective client. The third C is candid humor. So humor goes a long way to establishing that rapport, making yourself likable. If you can make your prospect laugh in your conversation, you're going to definitely have a higher chance of doing business with that person. The 4C is care. So you want to demonstrate that you have a genuine interest in your, so if you're talking to someone who's in their, 5th year high tech company, well, hey, that's great. It's wonderful that you've been able to establish a successful business in such a short period of time, and tell me more about your company. That sounds really interesting. So showing you some genuine care, and also, adding some compliments here and there too. So that's the 5th C. So common ground, conversation that's mindful, candid humor, care, and compliments. So those are the 5 C's that's going to help you establish your relationship with your prospective client. So you got your business plan together. You're giving you some tools, to help you add your conversation. Now it's time to, to work on the sales and marketing piece. All right. So a big mistake people do is they put, invest thousands of dollars into websites, into, getting, hiring, setting up their bank account, they're hiring accountants and all these things. And the important thing is scaling your business. All right. It's fine if you have a lot of investors that are giving a lot of upfront cash to invest in your business. That's great. But for the majority of us, it's coming out of your own pocket. So there's no reason why you need to spend, thousands of dollars creating a professional logo and all that when you can just go on Fiverr. It's an app. You can get someone from, India or, Pakistan or whatever, overseas, create that logo for you for like $10, $5 or $10. Now, I made that mistake once when I first started one project, spent $1,000 doing a website, professional logo, and I ended up not even proceeding with that company. So I just don't want you to lose your shirt. You can create a very professional logo, very low cost. You can create your own website even. There's a lot of great. You can go on create a Facebook business account. You do want to look professional. Even print your own business cards, right? So just scale your business. If you're working on a low budget, there's no point in spending thousands of dollars into your business. You can create something very professional looking at a very low cost. Okay, and then you want to test out the waters, right? So maybe go to a sporting event. Maybe hand in some free samples if you're selling a particular product. Maybe if you're a service, maybe reach out some people through your Facebook or LinkedIn. Just talk to them about your business. Do your 1 minute presentation. but you really want to build those relationships, right? So you know, you don't want to be right in the sales right away. You want to kind of have those just be having some casual conversations. You know, I recall, you know, this one girl who I still have a sales relationships with as I'm her customer, and she just, you know, introduced herself. Hey, my name's, you know, Jennifer, and you know, how are you doing? And just, you know, saw you on your profiles, was interested in knowing a little bit about more about what you do and what your interests are, and you know, just having casual, keep it, and then you eventually get into, you know, you show interest in them, then they probably will, you know, show interest in you, build up those that relationship. Okay, so you don't want to be digging yourself into a deep debt just to get your business up and running. You know, be smart about where you spend your money, maximize your return on equity, and you know, so you got your business plan, you got some important tools that can build those relationships, and now you're ready to actually put together your brand, your logo, and that together to now hit the market and get up and running. So that's the second. This concludes the second step to our. So you want to become an entrepreneur, eh? And if you know you have any questions about this, feel free to reach out to me. And I do take on clients, and you know, if you want to get some feedback on what you're doing, be happy to talk to you more about and share some ideas. Happy to have conversations with you. Reach out to mine's Paul with a Business Club, and own your truth, live your dream.